they can pick up well, I say pick up where they left off in this second leg. I felt as if they were in control. They gave up, of course, gave up a few chances, but that's natural in FIFA. But I felt as if they had the fairer share of clear-cut chances in that game.
Yeah, they did. And if you're M42 Esports looking at the opponent of Guild, who are in that white kit, kicking from left to right, they can be fairly happy with that. As you said, they were on top. A few little nerves from either team, but when you know you're coming up against opponents of Nicolas and NICOLAS99FC as well, such dominant players over their years of competing in professional FIFA, they can take a lot of confidence going into the second leg.
Absolutely, and I feel as if when coming into tournaments, potentially seeing yourself as the underdog, that might help slightly for some teams. They won't have that added pressure on their shoulders. They know coming into this game that Guild Esports are very, very renowned in the scene and have some fantastic players, but they can hold their own as well.
That they can. Now, as we see Kante on the ball with Guild Esports, a lot of runners you can see utilising the different formations, different tactics, using the wing with Cristiano Ronaldo trying to find R9, but does go out for that throw-in. Nice and simple now for M42. Just to regroup and look to defend very easily. R9 putting that pressure on, and it is going to be Vieira to distribute out the back. How crucial is that 3 at the back formation, the centre-backs being those ball-playing centre-backs, wanting to utilise the left-hand side, the right-hand side of the pitch, right?
I think it's very, very key to stretch the play with the 3-5-2. You have the wing-backs that offer the offensive threat as well, as we see potentially a chance with Vieira triggered, but there's a huge gap now.
A big break for Pele. Kante sweeping up. Tell me, what happened then with Vieira?
Wow, of course, triggering runs this year and whipping a cross in from far out is very, very effective at just bringing the ball into the area, transitioning from defense to attack within an instant, whether it's a direct header at goal or a header down towards the striker. But when you have Vieira running forward with his stature in an aerial dominance, you could potentially be worried, but it was a great tackle from Kante.
But a very nervy one as well for Guild Esports. You saw that Vieira make that run. M42 just managing to intercept it and come through. As you see Mbappe break through. Marquinhos now, of all people, in that final third. Cristiano Ronaldo driving that byline. Some fancy footwork. Tries to find that pass off across. And Kante is there again, who manages to come through and intercept. Guild Esports now looking to find their way through. R9 out on that left-hand side, driving, goes for that cross into Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo leaves it for João Cancelo. And an easy, easy interception. Messi now just linking up with Food Hullet. Nice and simple. Ruben Diaz just managed to lay that out to Pele. We are going to pass things back over to Kyle and tell us exactly how the games are going on.
Cheers, guys. Yeah, I'm interested to watch this MGCF esports game. They're taking on Dire Wolves. It is in extra time, and Dire Wolves have just taken the lead, 2-1. So they are looking like if they can keep a hold of this lead, well, they could possibly be continuing in the competition. The last thing they will be wanting to do, though, is to concede a goal for it to go to penalties once again. As MGCF esports are in the box, they get close, but unfortunately with Mbappe, they weren't managed to convert that chance, weren't managed to equalise. Guys, I will be coming back to you later on. Plenty of action happening in the stadium, as you can see, plenty of goals, and I'll be keeping you updated.
Yeah, thank you very much, Kyle. As a chance coming through for M42 then. You can see Mbappe trying to get that fancy footwork to find his way through. But again, what has been a cagey affair at that last ditch every single time, Ryan, there's a defender there.
There always seems to be, and I thought as if he slightly overplayed it, if I'm being slightly critical. I'm hearing a lot of goals around, and it's, come on, we need a goal here, because of course how important it is in this loser bracket game. The loser is eliminated, of course.
That they are. Bellingham find that ball out towards Pele on that left-hand side. We will go back to Ryan with Kyle with another quick update. What's happened, Kyle?
Another goal has gone in. When you left me before, MGCF, they were looking for an equaliser, but the goal has actually gone the other way. Dire Wolves have extended their lead. It is in extra time. It's now 3-1, half-time of extra time. So MGCF have got it all to do. 15 in-game minutes to go if they want to remain here in the Team of the Season Cup. Guys, stay with me, all right? It will be, come back to me very shortly to see what happens, because Dire Wolves, after that game, what they managed to do, if they can keep hold of this at half-time of extra time at 3-1, I'm sure they will be ecstatic at that result.
Yeah, thank you very much, Carl. Dire Wolves coming all the way over from Australia for this event, and definitely don't want to be going home just yet. That 3-1 lead, as you said, is coming through for Dire Wolves. But back into this game with M42 Esports and Guild Esports. It's been a very nervy, cagey affair. Some chances here and there, but nothing to put into the back of the net as of yet. As we said, the defenders are just coming in at that last minute. Both of these teams, all of these players, communicating well with each other, trusting each other in defence when needed.
Yeah, they really have been defending well. But again, I say as the time ticks on, you could maybe say that we know Nicolas is renowned as the Iceman, the most clutch player in the 1v1 format, but maybe some nerves will creep in. Representing Guild at the first 2v2 FGS Team of the Season Cup with so many, well, the huge prize pool up for grabs, and of course the stature of winning the first 2v2 tournament is huge, so they would definitely not want to be eliminated so early on, especially coming in as favourites.
That they would not. Hakimi looking to break now. Managed to find that ball, but Marcelo is equal to it. 42nd minute on the clock. We have 3 minutes in this first half of the second leg. 0-0. Big pressure from João Cancelo coming through, but Hullet lays out to Kante. Kante with a great over-the-top through ball. Finds João Cancelo, who drives. He brings that defender towards him. He goes all the way. Ruben Diaz uses that strength, uses that physicality, and just says, you know what, João Cancelo, you're not getting past me today.
That's probably the best we've seen at Guild Esports build up there. The quick passing, the first-time ball over the top from Kante to put Cancelo in behind. They had many options there, but again, chose the wrong one as we go into the half-time break. Still 45 minutes left to play, plus the potential of extra time and penalties if it gets that far.
Well, we've already had lots of penalties, lots of extra time so far in round one. We're in round two right now, and we do see that 0-0 in that second leg. We've got the second half coming up very shortly, but let's pass it back over to Kyle. Kyle, what's been happening?
Oh, plenty has been happening. I'm focusing now on the complexity against NOM esports game. Complexity in this second leg, currently 1 goal up, meaning on aggregate it is 5-1. So they look like they are running riot, let's say. As NOM esports do come into the box though. Oh, great save there by Complexity. It remains 5-1 in that game. Going back to MGCF against Direwolves, 113 minutes on the clock. Currently 3-1 to Direwolves. All of the goals in this game have come in the second leg, and Direwolves just need to hold on for the next 6 minutes to keep on in this competition. Guys, it's looking like they can do it. Maybe time is running out for MGCF Esports, but I'll keep you updated at full time.
Thank you very much, Carl. There will be 8 teams eliminated today as well. So we're going to find out who they are going to be. One of these teams will be leaving us here. Will it be Guild Esports or will it be M42 Esports? Reminder, they won the FGS Open in Singapore. They've got that confidence. They've played with each other. They've won a tournament. Guild Esports at the minute really need to step up another gear if they want to go through into the next round. Bellingham with some nice fancy footwork. Linking back up with João Cancelo.
Yeah, for Guild, I say they need to be able to stop it. Green time, they're just wide from Pele. But it's key to mention they did win the FGS Masters Cup for Guild. They played together, but again, they're playing nowhere near that level. They'll definitely be disappointed in the way that this first game and well, halfway through the second has gone so far, because they haven't really offered anything going forward for M42 to be concerned about. If I was M42, as the game goes on, I'd definitely be gathering a lot more confidence.
Do you like that, though, as well there? Having that long-range finesse from range. Sometimes if you can't find your way through, would you be saying, you know what, let's take a bit more of a pop shot from range? Yeah,
there's a lot of avenues to score, whether it's the extra pass across goal, a finesse shot.
R9 coming into that 18-yard box. Goes that Elastico, Marquinhos again, and Hakimi with some equal strength to R9. Just coming through and taking that on away, and the Elastico just not coming through there.
No, not that time. It's a no one stopping to an Elastico, which potentially could have worked. I thought that pass could have been played in for Mbappe there, but it's whipped in from M42, and it's going into no man's land, and it gives the chance for Gil to potentially spring a counter-attack.
That it may be. Hullet on the ball now, looking for that overlapping run of João Cancelo. But again, that patience, that time. Neither team wanting to take too much of a risk. They don't want to leave any numbers out at the back, looking to always look for that patient way. We do see Vieira go on that run, and Marcelo possibly looking for that, chooses to cancel that cross as Vieira going into that offside position. R9 now on the edge of the 18, uses the Messi with that little 1-2, goes that cross to the back stick. João Cancelo, green time, but a big block again from the defender. We spoke about every time either one of these teams is getting through in on goal, there's always that one last defender saying, you know what, I'm going to close the door, you're not getting through. Across to the back stick now, Van der Sar claims with these.
That was more like it from Guild. They built up again, and they're using that run from Vieira as an option because one of the players has to track the run.
Yep.
Or maybe bring the goalkeeper out. It's another thing to think about. When whilst they're doing that, they're building up slowly into the area for them to have that chance. Maybe you could say an extra pass could have been played, it being slightly critical, but they timed it perfectly green. And if there wasn't a man in front of there, it could have been a goal as we see a potential chance.
Here's Mbappe on the edge of the 18-yard box. He finds his way through, goes for that green time power across goal. A good effort, but Schmeichel is equal to that. The ball gets whipped in straight away from the corner, but it does fall out to Mbappe on the edge of the 18, who's looking to drive towards that byline. R9, not the one you want defending in that area, but he does enough using that power of his body. Ruud Gullit finds that pass to R9. The pass off across, and that is Cristiano Ronaldo, Enrazek, and Nicholas for Guild Esports, finally managing to find that breakthrough.
Yes, I spoke about the extra pass, and that is exactly what happened. Building up with Messi into Gullit, a light pass back into Gullit, bombing into the area, and another beautiful pass from R9 into Cristiano Ronaldo, past Schmeichel. And again, I speak about the extra pass being very effective in FIFA 22. Probably the most tame celebration we've seen today from Guild Esports with Guild, Nicholas, and Enrazek. Not really letting out too many roars. Probably just it's a silent outpour of emotion, a deep breath out, and they know now if they can just keep the structure that they've had in this second half defensively, then they can hope to see it out in the last 23 minutes.
Now, you said earlier on about how Nicholas, ice in the veins, we know he's so calm in that area. Enrazek at times a little bit more emotional, likes to let the players know that he's feeling it. As you said, nice and calm there. Do you think that maybe is because they feel like they've actually not got into the gear that they want to be in right now?
I'd say for them, if they're being completely honest with themselves, they'll probably say they haven't performed at the level that they would have expected or held themselves to. But what matters is the result.
Yeah.
As it stands, they're in the lead. For M42, we could speak about the chances that they created or they missed in the first leg based on Guild's mistakes. They didn't make the most of them. And now they find themselves 1-0 down. But again, there's time to get back into it. And we've seen some of the goals they've scored earlier on today behind the scenes. And they have what it takes to be creative in front of goal and create that open chance to potentially get an equaliser.
That they do. Remember, they have already come from behind when needed as well against Team Falcons, taking that one all the way through to penalties. So they definitely will fight this. They will want to be a bit more aggressive, looking for that over-the-top through ball to R9. He's all by himself. He's going to have to have a little bit of hold-up play. Finds the little ball roll scoop, linking up with Pele, who goes back. Plays out to that left-hand wing to João Cancelo, who drives forward again. The little La Croqueta finding the Ruud Gullit. Can he force that way through? Can he find that intricate pass? No, he cannot. Kante now an opportunity to break for Guild Esports. Can they put this tie to bed? Mbappe just forced wide from Ruben Diaz. Diaz doing so well to position himself.
Done really, really well there. I felt the run maybe could have gone towards the other side to give him more space to run into space there for Guild, but they didn't make the most of it as we approach the last 15 minutes now. This is it. This is the all-important game. If you lose, you are eliminated. And for M42, they would hope they could create a chance as a pause is cued now. For Alex, what would you do in this situation? Because again, it's a 2v2 format. One player might want to throw the kitchen sink, as we say, to go all guns blazing to try and get a goal back. Maybe the other player would maybe think there's still a little bit of time left. Maybe you don't want to leave too many gaps, but yeah, it's very tough to find a balance.
You know, as well as everyone watching this at home, 15 minutes in FIFA can come and go in a flash.
Yeah.
If you leave it too late, and you try and put that press in that last 5 minutes, it may be difficult to get that ball. M42 Esports have 15 minutes on the clock to find a way back into this game. So you would expect them to come out, be a little bit more aggressive. And that's just as they're making tactical changes. For you, 2v2 obviously being a little bit more new into FIFA, coming through for a lot of these players. 1v1, it can be simple. I make the change, I do what I want to do.
Yep.
There's discussions going on between these two. How does that play out in-game?
I think it's just a matter of adapting to your teammate. And of course, there is going to be a renowned team captain, you'd say. Somebody that makes a decision. Someone, of course, in-game that moves the goalkeeper. Just something as simple as that will create the tactic. But again, you have to find a balance between both players. They might have a situation where in a 1v1 format, one player is extremely attacking, but then his teammate is extremely defensive. So in a 2v2 format, you have to find the balance and be aware that it might not be the best thing to be too defensive or attacking. It's just about finding the balance between the two players, and I think that's what adds to the element of 2v2 as we see a risky fake shot there from
that was very confident from Enrazek and Nicholas with Guild Esports. Just about getting away with it. They'll be grateful to see that one go out for the throw. And Kante now finding Ruud Gullit. Mbappe makes a brilliant run out towards that right-hand side of the pitch. He's going to carry it. He's got that pace. The ball roll scoop coming back, linking up with R9, and Marquinhos just bodying enough. M42 Esports have 10 minutes remaining to find a way, to find a breakthrough against Guild Esports. It is going to be Ronaldinho now on the left wing. We can see a lot of these ball roll scoops, but so far, Guild Esports are just doing so well defensively to cover the lanes and stop that through. It is CR7 linking up, and again, Marcelo just doing enough. Van der Sar a little bit shaky, but he does clear that one away. Ruben Diaz with a vital header. R9 on the edge of the 18. Can he find his way? Does that La Croqueta cancel? De Bruyne linking up again with R9, and just one too many. Marquinhos says thank you. We now have a massive opportunity to break. CR7 plays that ball through to R9. The sweat is on. He goes for it, Mbappe, and that is what you would imagine, Ryan. Game, set, match won.
Yes, the nail in the coffin from a cynical counter-attack there from Guild Esports. They made it look easy. The pass there into R9. Ronaldo played across to Mbappe, and it's an easy finish, an open goal. The defender couldn't do enough to get in front of the pass there, but 2-0 now, you'd say that's it. It should be game over now.
You would imagine, as we've already said about the experienced players of Guild Esports, Nicolas and Enrazek. But let's just go back. M42 had that chance with R9, trying to possibly look for the reverse elastico past the defender. Defender was equal to it. And as quick as that, you think, I've got an attack, an opportunity to equalise, you're 2-0 down.
That's the ruthlessness of FIFA Esports. You have to make your chances count when they come your way, and especially in these moments where you have to go constant pressure, you have to go fast build-up, direct passing. There's a lot more bodies bombing forward for you. So, you know, if you lose possession and you don't win it high up, you're going to be susceptible to a counter-attack. And that is exactly what happened. But for Guild Esports, for Enrazek and Nicolas, they'll be delighted with that as they, of course, give themselves a lifeline now into the next stage of the bracket, or the group stage format, where they'll be playing for their seeding, of course. But for M42 Esports, again, they will be eliminated, but they could take positives. Their first line event as a team, and they've shown out to show their ability so far.
And it's something that we do say all the time, even when you're not at your best, to find a way to win, as we see just another consolation goal, 3-0. As we say, it can be a sign of champions. Even when you're not playing the best, you still find a way to win. Enrazek and Nicolas for Guild Esports maybe wanted to step into that another gear, but they are going to be the ones that will advance through. And for M42 Esports, just not finding that way, and that will be them already out of this tournament.
Yes, it is heart-wrenching stuff. Travelling to an in-person tournament, the team of this season cup, it is, of course, devastating to be eliminated. But for Guild, they can build on this.